Welcome, everyone, to Planet of NY Sports. Here we talk Yankees, Mets, Giants, Jets, and a little bit of the Knicks and Nets. So today we will be doing our Yankees and Mets season predictions. Rodrick, let's start off with you. Give me your prediction for the Yankees.
For the New York Yankees, the Bronx Bombers, as some people like to call them, I'm gonna have them going. Let's say a 93 win season, right? I think that this team has definitely improved on paper from last year, but I don't believe that they win the division. I also don't believe that they have a you know outstanding regular season. But obviously that doesn't really matter as long as they make the playoffs. That's what matters. So I'll give them about 93 wins, somewhere in that 93, 95-ish range. And yeah, they'll finish second in the AL East.
To who?
I'm gonna say Tampa just because they're a team that just is very well built and is very together in a sense, you've seen them have regular season before, and I feel like last year was kind of an anomaly where they weren't that great of a team, but injuries kind of held them back, and I think this year they'll get back to where they used to be.
Okay, that's definitely fair. That's definitely fair. But so, how many wins do you think Tampa's gonna have, though?
They're not gonna break 100. Like they'll be about 3, maybe 4 games above the Yankees. It won't be like it'll be like a race down the stretch for sure.
Okay. All right. I will have the Yankees winning the division, but I think the Yankees will have, I'm going to go with 94 wins. I think that the Yankees may start the season off slow. I'm just going to admit it right here because guess what? Luis Severino's hurt now too. Just great. Just great. Just great. I can't. Cole and Nestor are the only two standing right now. They're the only two standing. And I just can't take it anymore with the amount of injuries. Like I said, Frankie Montas, Carlos Rodon, and now Severino. Clark Schmidt is starting day 2.
I mean, Lindor's son, might I add, Clark Schmidt.
Oh, go. Okay, but still, Clark Schmidt. Like literally, when you were gonna have Carlos Rodon and then Nestor and then Severino and now Clark Schmidt is starting day 2. I don't like that. I don't like that. But I'm not gonna overreact. If we start off slow, fine. I think we'll be okay though. I think we'll be okay. But
no reason to stress.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stress right now. I'm not gonna stress. I'll start stressing out come October, when we inevitably lose to the Houston Astros again. But anyways, on the flip side of things, let's go to the New York Mets. I will give my prediction first since I'm not a Met fan, obviously. So I'm going to say I think the Mets will win the division.
Okay.
Let's say I'm going to go with
come on,
98 wins for the New York.
All right.
98 wins in the New York.
We can applaud that.
All right, Roger. Let's hear yours.
All right. I mean, besides the obvious 162, we're about to go this year. We're probably going to be around that 90 to 100 win range as we were last year. I don't quite think we get to 100, but I think that we hit about 95 wins. Now, I think the big question is, will that be enough to win a division? Because we obviously have, the Braves and Phillies who, they have great offseasons every year, it feels like. But I think it will be enough to win the division. Not to hope anybody gets hurt or anything, but those teams have had some pretty injury-riddled seasons, in recent memory. So I think that the Mets will probably find a way and win the NL East for the first time in a minute.
Okay, I can definitely see that. Now, let's go through our postseason predictions for the AL and the NL. For me, I'll start off. I'll go with, like I said, I have the Yankees winning the division. I think Houston will win the division again, even though I think it'll be a little bit tougher for them this year. They'll face a bit more competition from the Mariners. I think the Rangers will be slightly better, even though that's not saying much. DeGrom, we'll see what happens there. And then there's still the Angels who, I mean, they're the Angels. The Trout and Ohtani, the most meaningful game they played was obviously the World Baseball Classic. Now, anyways, I digress. Going on to the Central winner. Nobody cares about this division, to be honest. Nobody cares. But
I care. No, I don't.
yeah, I guess we can say, Rodrick, who do you think's going to win the Central Division?
Like you said, there's a whole bunch of mediocrity in this division, a whole bunch of, so I got Cleveland just because they have an excellent pitching rotation and they have J-Ram, which should be enough to get them about 90 wins. But besides that, like Kansas City, no. Detroit, no. Chicago, they had potential, and then they ruined it. Thank you, Tony La Russa. And then who else is in there? I'd be forgetting who's even in this division.
Minnesota.
Just for the fact that Carlos Correa's on that team, they're missing the playoffs, all right? And if they do, I hope they play the Yankees so they lose in 2 seconds. So, yeah. Cleveland wins that division. Who cares? They're going to get bounced out in about 4 games. Who cares? Nobody.
All right. And then now there's 3 more wild card slots here. For the first wild card team, I'm going to go with Seattle. I think they can make it again.
100%. I almost think they can win the division.
I think they can. I think they can. I think it'll be
give Houston a run for their money. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think Houston they may edge the Mariners out, in 2 games. But I can see it coming down to the wire with that division race. I can definitely.
That team is just so fun to just kind of look at and just kind of follow. So certainly, it's a very fun team.
Mm-hmm. Now for the next 2 wild card slots here, this is something. So I think I will go with Tampa Bay. Rodrick said the Yankees, so those flip flops. So we'll just go with that there. So I'll say Tampa. I think Tampa will make it again, make the playoffs at least. And then the 3rd slot, I think I'm gonna go with the Blue Jays. I think we get a repeat.
Okay.
I think we get a repeat of last year's AL playoffs because simply I don't see a lot of teams here. I think there's some teams that may, knock on the door and make it close, but I don't see a lot of teams that drastically improved. But usually there's a team that comes out of nowhere, so we'll see who that is. Could it be the Angels? I'd be surprised, but who knows? Could it be the Rangers? I'd be surprised, but who knows?
No.
We know why Rodrick doesn't want to see the Rangers in there because of a certain story.
No reason in particular.
Yeah, no bias at all. No bias at all from the man himself. But now moving on to the NL side of things. All right. This is going to be, I don't know if it's a hot take or not. I think that the NL West division winner will be the San Diego Padres. Rodrick's favorite team. I think the San Diego Padres will win the division. I see the Dodgers taking a step back. They didn't do a lot this offseason. Their pitching kind of concerns me, to be honest, especially with the durability factor of Clayton Kershaw. We know his injury history. Julio Urias, their pitching is kind of it's kind of so-so. And their bullpen doesn't, I'm not really enthusiastic about their bullpen either. Now, their lineup's always going to be good, but they also lost Trey Turner too, mind you. They didn't really do a lot, and I think that they are probably trying to save up, and they're going to make a push for Ohtani next offseason along with the Mets. Now, moving on to the NL Central division winner, I'm going to say Cardinals again. I mean, the Central division it's another division where it's like,
Andrew McCutcheon's going to lead the Pirates to the division title.
Yes, and Thomas, our favorite ginger, is going to be happy. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. 100%. Obviously, there is no chance in hell that is happening.
Put the money down for that. Yeah.
Yeah, let's bet $1 million on that. Okay, no.
Put the house on.
There is no way that is happening. The Cubs, they may be slightly better. They may win a few games.
Bro, they're gonna get hot for a month or 2 and then just fall off the face of the earth.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm. And then the Brewers. This is interesting with the Brewers. It's going to be really interesting to see what they do with Corbin Burns and Brandon Woodruff. It's going to be Mets. Future Mets or future Yankees. Future Yankees, especially at the trade deadline. It's going to be interesting to see if Milwaukee is out of the playoff race, or if they're like in that middle range, what are they going to do? Because Corbin Burns, he does have 2 more years, or technically this season and then next season. But if you're the Brewers, I don't see Burns re-signing there. He also got with Scott Boras, so that tells you all you need to know.
Oh,
He's gone.
He gone.
He
Absolutely
is gone. So now I look at it and I'm like, okay, if you're the Brewers, do you trade him now while he has that extra year of control? You get potentially better prospects, or do you try to make a playoff push and then you wait another year and then he only has that 1 year of control and then you trade him? It'll be really interesting to see what the Brewers do. I'd prefer for them to trade him this year. You get a better return. There's always teams that need starting pitching. You look at the Yankees right now. Look at us. 3 of our starters are already hurt. So I mean, hey, if you guys want Peraza and a few more prospects for Burns,
Nah, we're gonna need Volpe and Dominguez.
no, screw that. Screw that. There is no way in hell I'm giving up Volpe, and also there will be a Volpe video coming out eventually too. But that guy needs to be the starting shortstop. By the way, I don't want to hear it. If I hear IKF's name at shortstop again, I'm gonna flip out. But anyway,
he's gonna be in center field. Don't worry.
Oh, don't get me started. That'll be on another video. But I think the Cardinals are going to win this division. The Brewers, they'll probably be in the middle. Now, the Reds. Oh yeah, the Reds. Who cares? See, I forgot about the Reds. They'll probably be worse than the Pirates this year. The Reds. Nobody cares about the Reds. Now, let's move on to the NL East here. I picked the Mets to win the division. Rodrick, who do you think? You got the Mets winning the division?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't sound too confident, though. Why don't you sound confident?
Shut up.
What's up?
World Baseball Classic. Anyways, we're gonna win the division. I got the Mets winning it. I think we'll go Phillies 2, Braves 3. I think that they both make the playoffs, so that kind of, thins it out a little bit. Actually, I'm making a hot take. The Braves are not making the playoffs this year. All right, you heard it here first. The Atlanta Braves, who play in Georgia, are not making the playoffs this year. There's going to be the Mets, the Phillies, the Cardinals, the Padres and Dodgers, and then the Arizona. No, let me stop. The Braves are going to make the playoffs. I think the Diamondbacks are going to be good, but they're not going to be playoffs. Yeah, we'll go with those 6 teams, right? And then the Mets are going to get the 2nd seed. Then they're going to play the Braves in the divisional. They're going to beat the Braves. They're going to play the Padres in the NLCS, beat the Padres, and then they're going to beat the Mariners in the World Series in 4 games.
Okay, I don't think anybody is surprised about that take there.
Nope.
Now I'm more of a negative fan. So here's my take on things. All right,
Here comes the wild card exit.
I'm not gonna say that. I have us avoiding the wild card. I know you have Tampa Bay winning, the division and stuff. We'll see, but I have the Yankees. Just for the Yankees' sake, I have us making to the ALCS. That's going to be it. I think we're going to lose to Houston again. I think we're going to lose to them again. I don't see this team or this offense being strong enough to go deep in the playoffs because it is almost virtually the same. And you can say what you want is, the lineup is probably not going to be the same after the trade deadline. Is Cashman going to make moves? I expect so, but it could be dumpster diving moves because that's what he likes to do. But we'll see who's available. We'll see if they talk about, maybe Brian Reynolds again, if those discussions come back up. But I'm not really sure. Now, if I'm going off of right now, solely off of right now, I don't think the Yankees have enough to get to the World Series. I don't think that's a hot take. I don't really think it is. I just don't think the offense right now is enough. Now, coming from the NL, I do think it will be.
No matter what he says,
it will be Padres Mets in the NLCS. But I have the Padres making the Mets their son. And the Padres beat the
Oh,
Mets
okay.
again.
All
And then
right.
the World Series, I have the
Okay.
Padres beating the Houston Astros in 7
Okay.
games.
Okay. All right. Yep. 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 Okay. All right.
That is my realistic prediction. But
All right. All
but
right. Yeah.
if San Diego has injuries, I'm gonna go with Houston and the Mets in the World Series. And my World Series winner will be the New York Mets.
Nah.
My World Series winner will be the New York Mets in 6 games. How do you feel about that, Rodrick?
I feel like this is like a lie. Like I don't even believe you. You don't even sound confident when you say it. I
No,
feel like
I think it'll happen. I think it'll happen. And that's my second option. That's
I
my second
mean, if I had to go with the second option, I'd probably go Atlanta versus. Um, I'll keep it with Seattle. Honestly, I feel I'm really high on Seattle this year. I'm not that high on the Astros, so I'm keeping them. If I'm being honest, um, yeah, that'll be my second. You know, Mariners versus Atlanta.
Okay. All right. So you heard our predictions. You heard my realistic prediction. You heard Roderick's. His prediction was pretty expected. I mean, I don't think Roderick's ever going to pick against his team, especially in a video like this.
What type of fan picks against his own team? Like,
Well, when you see your team lose to the Astros 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different times
look,
and get
delusion
swept.
is my best friend. All right, if you're delusional, you're happy, and if you're happy, you're good. All right, so why be why be realistic when you can be delusional? That's the quote of the year right there. All right, quote of the
Yeah.
year.
And then, when it's October and that delusional mindset sets in and then you lose in the first round, yeah, it does feel good, doesn't it?
I mean, let's not act like I wasn't like shaking, when I took my seat in Game 1 last year. I mean, I was certainly shaking, even though in my head I was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna win the series," but my heart was like, "Nah, buddy, it's okay."
How did you
Thank you,
feel
Max
about
Scherzer.
Scherzer? Also, just one question here. If Scherzer doesn't redeem himself in the postseason
Oh
here,
my gosh, get him off my team immediately.
would this
Like
be considered
this.
one of, I wouldn't say one of the worst signings in Mets history, but would this be considered a disappointment if he does stink again in the postseason?
It depends on the level he stinks it to. Like, I think if the Mets had won the Padres series and then Scherzer had like a okay start in the NODS and we lost that series and we lost then, like I wouldn't be on his head as much. But since we lost lost that series that Scherzer, sucked in, it's a little more amplified. And I think that if Scherzer doesn't have to pitch like 1 run, 2 run ball to have a successful postseason. If he can keep it to 3 or less, I'm okay with that. He doesn't have to be 2019 Scherzer or anything like that. So if he does take it up again, 4 or 5 home runs to Jurickson Profar and Trent Grisham again, like yeah, it'll be a disappointment of a signing because the signing this is an October signing. Like this isn't a May, August, even September sign. This is a signing for October stuff to be won. So yeah, it'll be a disappointment for sure. Yeah, certainly.
Oh, we have breaking news. We
Oh my
have
gosh, what just happened?
This is Channels Television's breaking news.
All right, everybody.
No, bro, stop. Why is my heart beating like this? Stop. What
Here it
happened?
is. Anthony Volpe is making the Yankee roster. Let's
I don't even
go.
care. I don't care.
Let's go.
Whatever. Whatever.
Let's go. IKF, move out of the way.
He's going to center field, buddy.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Yes,
No,
he
he's not.
is.
No, he's not.
He's going
No,
to
he's
center
not.
field.
Stop putting that bad juju in the air. But okay, everyone, that cancels my plans because I was making a whole video of why Anthony Volpe needs to be up here. Well, I guess I don't have to do that now. Good. The Yankees, they finally came to their senses. They finally came to their senses. I was glad I was able to break it on here. But man, Rodrick, real quick. I know you haven't followed it as much as me, but
I don't care.
No,
Yeah.
but
All right.
do you think
What's up,
this
Russell?
is an upgrade potentially over
I mean,
IKF?
I can't feel is one of the most legendary Yankees to ever put on the pinstripes. I mean, he's like Derek Jeter level at shortstop. So I mean, obviously this is a downgrade, colossal failure by the Yankees front office, and I hope they put him back there. You know, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when my brain cells are working, obviously this is a good move for the Yankees because IKF you could not play baseball at shortstop. So good move. You got to see what the kid has, and I'm glad the Yankees are doing this from their perspective, not from a Mets perspective. But yeah, you gotta play the kids. Let the kids play.
Yep, for sure, for sure. All right, and as a Yankee fan, I will be I'm going to be patient with this too. You know, certain Yankee fans, if let's say Volpe goes like 0 for 4, are going to be like, we need to trade this guy right now. Blah 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 blah. But I'm gonna give him the year. I'm gonna give him the year, and then we'll see. And then we'll see. The Yankees, they passed on one of the best shortstop classes we have seen. They didn't do anything. They didn't sign any of those guys. And we went with IKF.
With a string in the jaw.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
We went with IKF as the starting shortstop. When you could have had Corey Seager. You could have had who else was in that? Who else was in this class? Oh, Francisco Lindor. You could have traded for him a few years ago, but you wanted to keep Debbie Garcia. All right, don't get me started.
Oh my gosh!
Don't get me started.
Honestly, that was I almost like I don't wish that we never did it, but I just wish we kept Jimenez. That's all I wish. You know, Jimenez is a great ball player.
Well, that's what you got.
Debbie Garcia, though. Debbie Garcia, yes. Debbie Garcia. What a great pitcher.
Debbie Garcia. We didn't want to give up Debbie Garcia. We didn't want to give up Chance Adams. We didn't want to give up Clint Frazier. We didn't want to
Chance Adams.
See, exactly.
I've never heard of that guy.
He used to be a prize Yankees pitching prospect, but we know how that goes with the Yankees pitching prospects. So, but oh my gosh. This guy, look, I know I said I'm going to be patient, but after this year and then next year, I'm going to be looking. I'm going to be like, all right, Cashman, you passed on all these dudes because you wanted to sell us on, these two guys, Volpe and Peraza, are going to come up here and they're going to be the next great shortstops. All right, Cashman, we're looking at you, buddy.
They better be the guy. They better be the guy because,
You literally, I don't want to say cost us last year, but now if we had a guy like Corey Seager here at Yankee Stadium, I think you would have had the number 1 overall seed because IKF's defense cost you a few games last year. He cost you a few games.
Yeah.
So
it'll be very interesting to see how the season plays out for both of the New York teams for sure this year. A lot of intriguing pieces and moving parts to both teams, and let's just play some baseball already. All right, opening day needs to be like tomorrow.
Exactly. Now
Mets, Marlins, Yankees, Giants. Come on, let's go.
I think I'd be surprised if we get a Yankees Mets World Series, but
he's putting it out there.
If that were to happen,
oh my goodness,
we already had Giants Vikings. We're about to have Devils Rangers. Wouldn't it be nice if we get a Yankees Mets World Series
to complete the trilogy? All right, come on.
Yes, we want it. We all know it. Just imagine the debates. You thought the Giants and Vikings. You thought we had a bunch of people for that. Oh
my goodness.
Yankees Mets.
We got two states full of people, buddy.
We will have 10 screens. We will have 10 screens if that does happen. Now, do I think that's going to happen? No. But
it's very much possible, though. It's very much possible.
The playoffs, possible. You never know. Who had the Phillies going to the World Series last year? Nobody.
Not this guy.
I don't think anybody was saying, "Oh, Phillies Astros World Series." Well, Astros, yeah, but not the Phillies. Not the Phillies. So who knows? Anything is possible in the MLB postseason. So we will see. Now, if you can all do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Brian Cashman, you finally made the right decision. We'll see you all in the next video. Probably an opening day review. Peace out, everybody.